Hey everybody, this is Saul Castañeda with MCSE Green Wheels, guys, and we are here in our little hometown of Berwyn, Illinois. And we are at CMC. Today is the opener of CMC. Today is Saturday. It is a beautiful day, considering that yesterday we were just at 40 degrees and wearing sweaters and parkas, and it was raining and it was crappy. And look at it. Now it's nice and beautiful. So, as you guys know, CMC stands for Chicago Mustang Club, and basically we have a different view of other cars here. Not only Mustangs, we got a couple Chevys, we got a couple antiques. Man, this thing is beautiful. Where did you get this from originally?
It came from California.
Okay.
My dad bought this in 1965.
And how did it end up in your hands?
I'm his son.
Well, yeah.
He gave it to me.
But yeah, I see the title. It says 65, 68. You only joined it 3 years before you handed it off to
My
you.
dad, as soon as he got it paid for, he gave it to me.
Really?
I've had this titled in my name since 1968.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Wow. Like, in 1968.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen that you've done a little bit of restorations to it, like the paint, the interior.
Everything has been restored on this.
Everything?
Yeah, everything. Ford could never paint a car like this. At that time. Yeah, Ford could never do this.
Yeah.
You know.
This is the original color to it?
Yeah, it's called Silver Smoke Gray.
Silver Smoke Gray?
Yeah.
Was it painted out here in Illinois or in California?
Yeah, no, it wasn't painted here in Illinois, in Bensenville.
Bensenville?
Yeah, this guy named John Czar. That guy did an excellent job.
How long did it last in restoration?
The restoration took 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. Everything on it was brand new.
Really? Where'd you go for the interior?
The interior, John Czar did that. He does some things and others he doesn't. He didn't do the engine and he didn't do the paint. Everything else he did.
So what did you do to the engine?
Took the whole engine out, repainted it, broke it all down, bored it.
Oh, so you got a little bit more power out of it.
A little more power, even though it's got 225 horses in a 289 engine. That's what the GTs have, and this is an original GT from Ford. But you asked, what did I do to the engine? Sent it out, you know, the block, had the carburetor rebuilt. The heads they're all the same. Didn't do anything to the heads. Just took it apart and put it back together.
Okay. New seals and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
Any exhaust?
The exhaust was redone. I got it from a place called Mustangs Unlimited.
Okay.
And I sent it to John. He installed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's you got the. Does it have AC? No.
Originally it had AC in
Okay.
it. My dad put the AC in. I took it out.
You took it out?
Because the engine runs hot, and I replaced the radiator with an aluminum radiator because these cars run hot.
Yeah, they run hot. Yeah.
So I couldn't get it cooled off, and I didn't want an electric fan on it.
Right.
So I just took the air conditioning off, so less pull on the engine.
How about the top? Has the top been restored too?
Yeah, the top is restored. It's the original frame. But that's only the third top that I've had on the car since we've had it.
Oh wow! I mean, and you drive it how often?
Oh, I don't drive it just in the summer.
Just in the summer?
Yeah, it doesn't.
So it doesn't see rain or snow?
Rain or snow? No, it doesn't. And it's going to my daughter after I get done.
Oh, what a lucky girl, man! We just hope that she holds on to it just as much
and
loves it just as much as what anybody else loves it. You see how many guys come up here and they're like, "We wish it's ours."
Yeah. No, my daughter, she knows the history of the car. And she knows it. My dad, he remarried, and I was in Illinois with my mom, and my stepmother still lives in the same house that my dad lived in. He died 3 years. He died actually 2 months after he gave me the car.
Oh wow!
So he was in his 30s, yeah. And the plates are from California. They were registered to his house in California. And I always tell people that the last sticker on it was 1967, and I saved the plates.
You saved the plates?
Yeah, and then I put them back on.
Every so often, you know, or just in.
I put them on to run it because you can do that if you register your car with the state of Illinois.
With the antique cars, right?
Yeah, with the antique cars.
Nice. Yeah. And where do you usually take her out to? Any other car shows?
Oh, I've been all over.
Any trophies?
All kinds of trophies. I won Best of Show in Rockford. I've had 2 newspapers articles.
I saw you had the article right there by.
Yeah, that's from the Mustang Club of America, and then I had an article done on the newspaper for the Daily Herald.
Okay.
And I had one done in Athens, Alabama. That's where my mother and my dad were from. I went down there to show people the car.
Nice.
They remember it. and they did an article on it.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you drive it like statewise or no?
No, usually I trailer it when I go out of town.
So you do take it out of town?
Oh yeah, I take it out of town. I went to Dearborn, Michigan in 2017, and I was in the car show there at the home office, and I won best of show for it. Yeah, and then I went to Mustang Alley for the what do they call that show that they have, that big show? I forget the name of it, but it's huge. They have like maybe 30,000 cars there.
Wow.
Yeah,
and you still come out a winner from there.
Yeah, well, it's not a show. It's just that everybody who has
more like a big swap meet.
It's huge. If I can't remember the name of it now, but I used to go there without my car when I was getting it done, and then I went back with it. Nice. And while I was there, I went and put it in the car show at Dearborn, and my cousins lived there, so she let me use her garage. I'm sure you got to keep it inside. You won't sit this out. I stayed a week over there, and I went to some car shows over there, and I won 2 trophies.
Nice. Yeah. That's always a beautiful thing when you can go out and run and just win car shows with your car.
Well, you know, I really don't like putting it in car shows. I like to go to the cruises. I can't see how this car could be prettier than that car, or that car could be prettier. To me, they're all pretty.
Right.
Especially when you got them old like this.
Well, yeah, when you look at something like this, it's kind of off the cuff. A lot of people won't see this, especially the GT, being that in '65 was their first year coming out.
Yeah.
You know, so with these rims, if you look at the rims, if you look at the tire setup, there's not a lot of people out there with it. So what sets it apart is just your taste of what you have in it. That your little own flair, that you did not remove the stereo and go with a Bluetooth. Right. You didn't do the, like, to me, the stereo drives me crazy. I love how that looks.
Yeah,
that thing is just amazing looking. I saw the interior of it, the different colors you have in there, the black and white. I haven't seen it like that. You know, most of the time you see it, it's just black.
Yeah, well, see, that interior is called a pony interior, and in 1965 they didn't have black and white. They had like blue, they had black, they had red, but they were all black.
Yes.
So the inserts are white. They started making those. So when I did the restoration, my daughter said, "Why don't you make them black and white? You know, because the top is white."
Okay.
So then when I put the top up, it does it justice. You know, it gives it a little more pop. And that's why I put the red walls on there. Those are '68 Torino wheels. Those are the only wheels. They didn't come on the car.
Okay.
All right, they were just $6.95. Those, you know, bias tires.
Right.
And I put the radios on with the wheels.
It looks gorgeous. I mean, it pops out even more. You know, like the tires just make it come out a little bit more.
With the red stripes.
Exactly. Like the whole thing about it. I love its badging. I mean, they did a beautiful car with the whole overall. You know, I love how this exhaust coming out right here, the back end of the Vallis.
Those things are called trumpets.
Yeah.
The one that come out, that's what Ford called them. You know, so if you order them now, you got to order trumpets. And if you notice, it's still got the AM radio.
Yeah, that's what I said. You still got the push button.
Yeah, AM radio. You can only push button like.
That's how we looked for stations back in the days, guys. We turned the knob.
Yeah, we turned the knob, and it was only AM, no FM. FM was a thing of, you know, we didn't use it at all, even though it was out there.
So a lot of talk radio for those people that don't listen to AM.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. What, as far as the transmission, what has been done to it? As far as, like, did you change it, or you have a stock train?
It's the rear end, the transmission is all stock. And what I did is I had it taken out and I had it checked out. Didn't need to replace anything, so we just put it back together and put it in.
Put it back in?
Yeah, just checked it out. The same drive shaft.
And the braking system the same?
Yeah, this car, it's crazy, but in the back they have drum brakes.
Right.
I don't know if you know what drum brakes are.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying because you're young.
No. I get it.
Yeah, these cars, the GTs, came with disc brakes on the front.
On the front, right?
And drums on the back, and it's because they needed better braking. But now
they most of those prior to that all came drum all the way around, because I had a Super B with drums all the way around.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
And you know how it stops.
It stops just about as good as not stopping.
Yeah. You got to start braking like way beforehand. You know.
You know. What's the fastest you've taken it?
This car, I'm gonna tell you, I've never had this car over 80 miles an hour in its
So
life.
you're just cruising this thing.
Well, even when I was young, And that's why my dad let me have this car when I was young, because he knew I was.
You gonna take care of it?
Yeah, he knew I wasn't like the crazy guy, you know, racing, and you know, I didn't even let anybody sit in the back seat.
That's I like this man. I know what he thinks. I had the same problem with my people, my cars.
Yeah.
You know, even though it was a 4-door, it was a 2-seater.
Yeah. Yeah. They. If I had a nickel for everybody who told me to get rid of this car during the years, I'd be rich.
Yeah, you'd be. Yeah.
You know, because everybody's, you need to get rid of that car. You need to take it.
It's just amazing how people don't see what you see.
Yeah.
You know, we all have our little eye on what we see and what we like. Like, here's an SVO right behind you.
Yeah.
And to everybody be like, ugh, I don't know about that SVO. But then there's people like himself that he knows everything about the car. You know what I mean? And just like yourself, you had this car. You may not know, but you've had this car for so long that this got your flair. This is you.
Yeah. This.
You know, I probably wouldn't be able to picture Benny anything else, like a Rolls Royce or something.
People know me by this car.
Exactly.
I'm from a city in northern Illinois, Rockford, about 100 miles from here. And when I was in high school, when I go by their house, they go, oh, there goes Benny.
Yeah.
You know? And they just know me by the car.
See, it's kind of your identity.
Yep.
You know, it's a beautiful car. You did a beautiful job with it.
Thank you.
I know there's been a lot of love and a lot of money spent in this bad boy, but I mean, worth
love.
every penny. As far as I could see, I wish we can get it underneath and go underneath it and check everything underneath, because I know we could probably eat off of it.
Same underneath. They got this stuff called red oxide. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh.
This car, because it came from California, they didn't undercoat it.
Okay.
If you look right there,
See the
you're
red?
gonna see some red.
Oh, I see it.
Fender. They call that red oxide. Ford did that to the California.
See, like right here?
Yeah.
Right in there.
But they undercoated in the wheel wells only. Okay? They undercoated the wheel wells in Ford.
Now, I would imagine that they probably did that so they wouldn't have a lot of chipping through the rocks and stuff coming through the red oxide.
It.
Okay.
And I don't know if you could see, but you see over here, this. See, they put that reinforcement around all of the stuff in the. So that's the wheel well.
Right.
You know. So
So what we're talking about is this piece right here, this extra layering of material that they sprayed in here.
Right. That's a reinforcement. Wow. Sort of like an undercoat.
Right.
You know.
It's kind of mushy and thick, so I would think it serves like a dampener or something of some sort. Yeah.
It's a quietener.
Right.
It
Okay.
quiets the car. Yep.
Wow, it is immaculate. I know people with newer cars that their trunk don't look like that. Ben, it was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Talking to you.
It was great to get some story out of you, man. You have a beautiful car here, man, and let's see if you walk away with a trophy today, huh?
You know, if I do, I don't.
He's being so humble and modest. I don't know if I want to win. You know. It was a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Thanks talking.
You'll see us on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
You know?
Okay, I will.
This is actually, this is our channel.
That's your channel. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want to take a picture of that?